are some of the features that we could find on the AngieReview.com?
Yes, I mean, you know we're going to have all types of interviews. I'm going to interview you, and I'm going to make you cry.
Damn, I ain't never cried
I'm
before.
Make you cry, Sway.
I need that outlet, Angie, please.
Sway, come to me, Sway, because you do have many answers, Sway. You have answers. I'm going to let you
Yo, if you say I got the answers, then I got the answers. You had some legendary interviews.
Answers.
You're funny. I remember interviews that you've had with Tupac.
Oh my gosh, it's so crazy that you say that to me. But can I stop you? Because I can't.
Go ahead, go for it.
Because you're interviewing me and I'm not used to that, so I want to jump in. But so we're going to do a feature every Thursday. It's like Throwback Thursdays, where we'll do a classic. You know, because I really have had amazing interviews, and then it's like you hear them on the radio and they kind of live on the site, but then they're away. But there's really some classic material that we have. So every Thursday I'm going to like handpick one that I feel, I don't know, that I'm just into at that moment, and we'll do a throwback one. So I was talking to the team about that the other day, and then of course whenever I bring that up, everybody asks me about the Tupac interview.
He's such a you know, I used to, being from Oakland, him and I used to hang out. I used to hang out at his house near Lake Merritt. And
the apartment or the house?
The apartment.
Right.
So you know.
With the poetic justice pictures of him and Janet in the living room?
Exactly.
That's where I interviewed him. That's where it happened. It was in the middle of like all that. It was smack in the middle of like what was going on, crazy. And I was 22 and maybe, if that. It was like my first big interview, and I flew to the West Coast by myself.
Wow.
Didn't know him from nowhere. And I really just went there and interviewed him. And what I got was so crazy that at the time, I couldn't air it on the radio because I was literally afraid that somebody would die. I literally thought I would make a bad situation worse, when my intent was to try to smooth it out and make it better. But he was so angry and passionate at the time that I really felt like if I would have came, put it on the radio, it would have got worse. So what I did is I have this 2-hour interview, right? Yeah. What I did was I aired 5 or 10 minutes of it, the best pieces that I felt like wouldn't cause more problems, and that's all I ever aired. So technically, I have this 2-hour Tupac interview that's never been ever heard, and that's going to be offered
on your site, Throwback Thursdays. You got to put the whole interview.
Yeah, no, I'm at the place. Everybody's like pressuring me to do it.
You have to put the entire interview.
I feel like now. I do feel like now it might be a better time because I feel like, you know, everything's settled. It's part of history. I feel like almost selfish because it's so amazing. I feel selfish that I have kept it to myself all this time. And so, yeah, it will probably be a feature on a Throwback Thursday.
You have to do it. One of the last things he ever said to me when we did an interview was, I wanted to tell you the truth so you can deliver it to the world. And I'm sure that's why he said it to you.
Yes.
And then what I would be interested in hearing, too, is you reviewing that interview now and telling people what was going through your mind as he was saying the things.
4 stars for you, Sway.
You gonna do that?
100% gonna do it. I would have to.
You gotta do that.
I would have to do that because it really was a really crazy experience for me to be sitting there with all the, you know, all his crew and me being so young and really not fully understanding what was going on at the time, but trying to help, but really not knowing how. And then he was so passionate and so. And after the interview aired, and then I saw him at the MTV Awards, the one where, remember when he saw Nas and Snoop was there and they almost got into that fight? Yeah. I saw Pac that night and the interview had aired, and I said, I was like, I'm really sorry that I couldn't air the whole thing. I just personally couldn't sleep at night if I would have did that. And I said, but I tried to edit it in a way that was honest to what you were saying. He was like, I totally get it. Don't worry. I appreciate you and I appreciate you coming. So I had peace with the fact that I didn't air it and it was okay. He said, all right. And then I went about my business and he did too.